Well, hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. I'm Corny Swiss, and today you get kind of a double whammy. You get a simulator battle in the Panther, ausf, and a realistic battle in the T-34E. But the first one is the Panther battle. And I've been playing the Panther a little bit more. I kind of don't like playing the Panther, and it's not because I don't like the tank. I think the tank is very good. It's kind of difficult sometimes to get a game in a decent amount of time, just because I looked today and there was like 50, 60 people queued in Tier 3 German tanks, and then maybe like 5 queued in Tier 3 Russian tanks. It seems like, and I understand why. It seems like people who play Russian tanks generally play rank 2 or rank 5, not really rank 3 and 4. Although you do see a few rank 4s, but majority I'd say play rank 2 and 5. However, I think on a majority, I think a vast majority of people who play War Thunder Ground Forces play German tanks, more so than Russian tanks. Which, understandable. The German tanks are perceived to be superior, and mechanically I guess they are. However, it's interesting to me because in the game, I think Russian tanks at later ranks are stronger, but the German tanks also have this ability to play a very passive play style that is more conducive to letting the enemy come to you, letting the enemy make mistakes. Whereas the Russian tanks, you have to be kind of running and gunning, which in simulator battle can be a little daunting. So I guess I understand. But I'm here on Karelia. I was looking to go down the flank road, but then I noticed a Tiger was doing it, and quite frankly there wasn't anyone down there that I really wanted to tango with. So I came back towards the middle, and I'm going to push up and support the flank road by hopefully trying to eliminate the people in this field so that we can all together swoop towards the cap. It's not really going to work out that way, but it's a good idea. I like the idea. I think it's a good one. I mean, I came up with it. Of course I like it. But so we gave that T-34 the good news, and we just lost a Tiger. So what I'm going to do is this rock right directly ahead of me, I think, is a decent position to some degree. I think in tanks that struggle to adjust, or tanks that have slower rate of fire, it's not the best. But for a Panther, it's not bad. So the first shot into the T-34-85 kind of hurts him pretty good. Lots of damage. Puts down arty on me. My tracks get blown off. But my next shot goes in and knocks him out. Now, the unfortunate part about this position is that if the enemy go out the other part of their spawn, I'm kind of toast. I'm protected from the rest of the field, but not from their spawn area. It's kind of rough to... Normally I'd like to be in a Russian tank that has good side armor, so I can angle and already basically be pre-angled towards both locations, and I probably could have done a better job there, but I didn't, so it's whatever. Well, now I've jumped into the second spawn of the Panther, and based on how the battle's developing, we have a lot of stuff in the field here. We don't have a lot of stuff on the hill. And it looks like it's going to be difficult for us to take it. So I'm looking for an opportunity to support our Tigers there, who are kind of pinned down. And I guess that is something that irritates me about ranked. Okay, I say irritates me. It doesn't irritate me at all. Irritate's too strong of a word. I guess something that I wish was different, that's a decent way to put it, is that I wish we didn't have quite so many Tigers in rank 3. But then again, there aren't that many 5.7 battle rating tanks for the Germans, or 6.0 battle rating tanks for the Germans. So there's really not a huge variety for people to play. Now I'm sure that this will be alleviated, of course, once the tech trees get a little more fleshed out and things like that. But continuing to spread the good news. We got the revenge kill on the guy who gave me the good news. But I countered with my own good news, so some good news countering there. And there's a medium spotted down there somewhere, but it's not obvious where he is. And I'm thinking I see him, but actually I didn't. I thought about it. I thought about just sending a shell through that tree there, but no, he's not actually there. Oh no, there he is. He was there. I should be more confident. But sort of what's happening now is that that group of tigers, and it looks like a panther, have pushed forward along the road. I think that's going to be kind of the key thing that is going to cause us to suffer in this battle and eventually lose. They've pushed forward, but we haven't secured the hill. What does that mean? It means that you can't really push to the southern half of the map if you haven't secured the hill, because whoever's on the hill can just shoot you from the hill. You know, it's just not an effective strategy, because while you're at the base of the hill, you're fairly safe. But once you move past that to kind of where they are, the enemy can just rush down the hill and take you in the bum. So it's just not a good situation. So my goal here was I was trying to clean up the people who were flanking our guys, but that's going to prove to be very difficult. Ultimately too difficult. So I'm rolling around over here looking for the enemy, and I find a T-34-85 who is in a very bold position. So continue to spread the good news. And right here I'm worried about their spawn. I know someone's coming from over there, and that guy's dead, I'm pretty sure. But we're just having a look around, and it doesn't appear that anyone's here, which is fine. I'm okay with that. However, they are moving into our cap circle, and it's gonna basically cut our forces in half. And now the people who could have been covering the push by our tigers I now have to deal with the cap circle, and that's kind of the defining moment of this game. That's where you start thinking, okay, let's just salvage what we can out of this. I'm gonna, knock out as many tanks as possible, get as much credits and XP, and sort of move on with life after that. But I know they're on this hill. The one hope for us to win is if I can get these people off the hill. And hopefully they don't spawn again, because we just lost our last tiger. It's just me and a couple other tanks, and we're spread out. I'm completely alone. I'm going to get flanked because someone just spawned and came down the hill. So I'm in a really, really poor position. I've seen that guy. However, it's difficult to spin this tank. So I'm going to have to spin it around and quickly run over here and hopefully not get shot in the ass by people who are on the hill. But he comes over the hill, and the first shot knocks him out, which is probably the best situation I could have hoped for. However, now they have guys on the hill who are going to be shooting down onto me. So I'm trying to angle my armor, give me the best chance to survive, and return fire. However, they have at least 3 tanks up there, and I'm just one lone Panther. There's one other person in the game, but there goes my gun. Calling Zamardi, but that's basically going to be curtains for me. I can't return fire, and they have a heavy tank and 2 medium tanks at least, potentially more. So that's going to kind of be curtain call. But they're going to kind of make a mess out of doing me in. But eventually, they succeed. I think this shot was kind of lucky. At that angle, I'm not sure, but, So that was kind of an unfortunate loss. Played okay. Probably could have made better decisions. But that KV-2 is an example of a tank that you probably won't see very often in Simulator. It's painted all kinds of red and white, very distinguishable colors. I would recommend, if you're going to be playing Simulator, don't do that. Because don't paint up your tank like that. I mean, you can, but you'll be a, what's the term for it, a lion and XP pinata that everyone's going to shoot and have a go at. So, a little unfortunate. But in this battle, I'm driving around the T-34E. It's a realistic battle on Carpathians. And my current strategy on this map, it used to be to go around the C hill and just flank around and take control of that. However, I've kind of changed in the fact if I'm driving a quick enough tank to just go to the A cap that, and try and side scrape and defend until the game ends, because holding that one is the most difficult to assault. So if you can get there early and cap before they get there, you stand a pretty good chance of kind of winning the game, because if you can hold that, and if they're focusing on you there, then the rest of your team can sweep around and take C and B and win the game that way. But you got to get there first, and you got to get there quick enough to cap and then defend it, because it doesn't matter if you get there and you get knocked out right away and they just rush up and cap it. I mean, that was all for loss. You know, that doesn't mean anything. So I'm kind of motoring up over here. I was worried that this F2 might give me some issues, but he's going to kind of ignore me, which is a bold decision. I don't think you should ignore someone when they're capping or likely to be causing issues. He is in cover for me. I can't really shoot him, but at the same time, you know, probably would have been better to deal with me. Now, I don't know how the driver got hurt, but I guess it's because I ran into that too hard, but that's a little weird. So, what's the net that's over here? There's some AI, which is okay. There's a F1 over there, an F2 down over there who's just shooting AI, it seems. And there's going to be a 3L sort of moving over. I'm going to deal with the F2 first because he has the most dangerous gun. The F1 I'm not hugely concerned about. However, I don't want to make mincemeat of killing him, which I really am going to. It's going to take me a while. I'm actually going to kill other tanks in the meantime. At this angle, though, I'm not convinced he can do a whole lot to me. He can be an issue. And he is going to kind of be. I think the 3L that's coming up is more of the issue. Actually, no, there it is. He got my gunner, which is going to cut down my rate of fire, which is a little bit of an issue, but it's not going to prove meaningful in this game. But we're going to start trying to give the good news to that 3L. 3L is a really, really dangerous tank, so it's definitely important to get on top of those things when they are active in the game. But there you go, got his driver, some stuff, and he blows up thanks to an engine fire or transmission fire or something. But this F1 is going to kind of get fed up with me being here, and I don't know if his plan was to do what he's going to do, but it works out good for me. So I'm not going to complain. He's basically going to be really aggressive and run up here and get stuck in a ditch, which, you know, is bold. And all these hits I'm taking, most of them are from AI, so I'm not at all concerned about that. And you can tell my rate of fire is cut down substantially. But here he comes. You can see him above the chat window, or not the chat window, the message board. He's going to come up and over, sits up there. He's going to shoot me. Doesn't do anything, and he's on fire and stuck in a ditch. Don't know how he got that shot to hit me, but so I move up because basically just to get under his gun depression. But I'm actually still in it, so he's gonna be put out of his misery. Which, I mean, he was pretty much toast. He was stuck, so you know, what are you gonna do? But now it's just gonna clean up some AI. And usually when you're shooting AI, unless it's like a Panzer IV or that variant, go for an engine fire, because your one shot will kill it rather than taking hundreds of shots to kill some of these AI sometimes. So at this point, I'm thinking that okay, we have a pretty firm grasp on this game. They do have a lot of players, excuse me, left, but I think they're mostly going to be down this way. Now I'm going to be a little bit wrong. They're actually going to be around the C area, but I've already committed to this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run over here and check out, make sure there's no one over here, and then go up the C. Up to the C cap from a weird angle, and shouldn't be a bad idea. But here's a AAA gun. You know, see you later. Just execute it. But now I make the decision. Okay, I probably should head up to C. That's clearly where at least one of their tanks are. AAAs can be effective, but they don't really concern me that much. I'd much rather deal with F2s and 3Ls and F1s and things like that. And we already have an SU-122 rolling up the hill there. So it'd be much better if I can get up there and support him. And I don't think that a AAA gun at this range can really cause me any problems. So just gonna keep on trucking. And basically, it's going to kind of be the end of my involvement in this game. The game's going to end before I can spread the good news even more. This SU-122 is going to roll up there and run face first into a charging Panzer IV F2, who's actually going to knock him out. I think the SU might have missed, but I'm not sure. He could have hit him and just not knocked him out, and the F2 got a shot off that took him out, which, you know, is unfortunate. But I'm going to try and get up here. I probably should have taken the shot, but the F2 just keeps going. It looks like what he's trying to do is run down, and he capped C, and then he's going to run down and decap A. But that's going to be it. Game over. So, unfortunately, we couldn't get the last guy, and we lost a teammate, but it's alright. It was a decent game. It was a fun game. Lots of XP. I can't use it, but lots of XP. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.